We're good at this.
Got it again.
We got it again.
What the hell?
Okay.
Anyway,
This is really episode 2. Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back to...
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. It has
Yeah.
been a minute. As
Up
you can
here,
see,
at least.
I've lost a lot of hair.
Me too. It's sick.
Mine's about the same.
Yeah,
Brag
you
about it.
kind
What
of
the
have
hell?
like a look, and I love it. You're like a little bit of a
Yeah,
cartoon character.
that green is fucking sick on you.
It's good. No, you look great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like the green a lot.
It's not. I don't mean in a negative way. I just think it's interesting.
No one said
Like-
that. That's weird.
Yeah. Well,
No,
why
he-
Wait,
are you
huh?
bringing the negative back?
Yeah. Also, this podcast has had a lot of scheduling things because things came up, but we now have a hopefully consistent day that we can do this on. So very exciting.
Yeah. So whoever our editor is, you can join our Patreon here, or
That's right.
Do not have a Patreon.
Click the link below.
The link below. But no, for real, I'm probably gonna make a Twitter and everything. So that
Oh,
will also be
goddamn.
done.
Jeez.
Holy shit.
You mean an
I
X?
it took
an
a
X
while. The
profile?
reason why the hair loss happened, not much here, but here, is it's good. Is mainly because I needed a very long time to actually learn how to edit properly. I've never edited a podcast before. I've never edited a long form video before, so it took quite a while.
Yeah, we should hire a new one, I think.
Yeah.
Cruel and unusual punishment. But
You betrayed us. It's okay.
I betrayed you.
Yeah.
How?
This evening, you betrayed us. We had a plan to get dinner in Westwood.
And this guy fucking takes 2 slices of bread and just jams some Nutella on it, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I'm like good at this cooking shit."
That's right. I'm gonna hit my carb macro today.
I'm like a sim. You gotta level up your cooking slowly.
Oh my god.
And making a Nutella sandwich is the best EXP for price.
Sure,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
From the guy that's like spatchcock turkeys, like this. Yeah,
I
for sure.
deboned a turkey.
Nutella sandwiches.
I've deboned a full turkey. Have you seen the cursed turkey photo?
No.
You've seen it.
I think so. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Let me show you the cursed. I can't show you the cursed turkey. The phone's over there.
Get
But
fucked.
viewers, you'll see a cursed turkey right here. You don't see anything.
Imagine. he
Well,
doesn't
yeah,
edit it
awesome.
in.
That's so cool that they get to see that.
Oh,
Awesome.
man.
I'm nowhere near closer to understanding the reference.
Yeah, so you betrayed us. We had a whole plan and everything. It's betrayal. So
It's okay. You hate us. It's
yeah,
whatever.
it's fine. I understand.
I had to do it. I was so fucking hungry. I was like,
Do you think that we weren't-
let me
weren't
set the
hungry,
stage.
or-
Let me set the stage. And
I'm
this is
Hassan, and
also-
I'm the only person who ever gets hungry.
That's
ever.
right.
Yeah. But let me set the full stage. I come home, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk the dog. I walk the dog. I come back. I see the bag with the jeans in them. I did buy the Japanese jeans.
Nice.
I bought the Japanese jeans. You'll see. You'll see why. This is pain for me, fun for you. Buy these jeans. I see them. I was like, I'll walk my dog first. I walk my dog. I come back. I open them up, and I look at them. I was like, these look like they fit. Like they have the right length. They seem to have the right width. I start putting them on. My thighs.
His ass is too fat.
My thighs are too fucking fat.
Too huge.
It gets stuck here. No, for real. It was
Thunder
fully
thighs.
stuck.
So leg days off then. Tomorrow.
Never. But they got fully stuck, and I was like, shit. So then I struggle to pull them off. I finally get them off, and then I look at the measurements again. I thought I did it right. It turns out that I didn't get it right because the way that American measurements were put on, at least at the time that I looked up, at least the 2 companies that I saw, which was American Eagle and H&M pants that I have, which are these ones, the way that their waist and then this thickness and everything is written out is backwards with respect to the European and international one. So as a result, I bought 32. So I thought, so it's 32, 34 for me usually. It's 34 is the waist. I bought 32, 34, but in this case, 32 was the waist. I could not put them on. So I'm getting them refunded.
That's tough.
I'm getting them refunded, but it was hilarious.
How long is it gonna take for your new one to come in then?
I have no idea. We'll see. It'll come when it comes. But And at the same time, I was then like, oh fuck, I was annoyed. I wanted to do something. So of course I play League of Legends.
Oh god.
I play Gangplank League of Legends. And then I lose because we had 2 people who DC'd halfway through the game. I'm like, this is annoying. I am now sad. So I turn it off, and then I play Age of Empires.
Good lord. Remember, we still haven't got to the betrayal.
Yeah, I don't.
I play Age of Empires.
So in what part does this require you to like stuff your face?
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So I play Age of Empires, and I'm like, fuck. I'm so sad. I'm so mad. You know, Jean's L. Walk with Zelda L because it was really hot and there was a bunch of dogs out and she was going fucking nuts. And I'm like, you have to go back. L. Playing League of Legends L.
Just guaranteed.
That one's common.
Yeah, and now I'm playing Age of Empires and I think I'm doing well. And it turns out
New season,
brand new, brand
season,
spanking
new
new.
me.
People are all doing their placements. I think I'm doing well. Like I feel like I'm in control of the game. Start getting clapped towards the end. I'm like, what the hell is happening? I'm like losing everything. Lost the game. The guy in chat goes, yeah, sorry, this is my Smurf. I'm a streamer. And then he like posted his thing and he's a conch player. And I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm like, how 3 L's in a row.
Sorry you lost, dude. Good set.
GG, maybe get better.
That I think that is.
You can watch my stream to learn how to play.
Yeah,
I think that is so BM to apologize when you're like literally. That's like insane. That's insane levels of skill diff, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm like so sorry you had to play me. My bad.
Yeah, it was fucking painful. And then I sat there and I was hungry, and I looked at my food and I'm like, you know what? The only thing that can soothe my broken heart, Nutella sandwich.
Good lord.
Zelda couldn't look me in the eye. She slept in the other
Man,
room.
I don't know if I can. Shit.
So yeah, this has been my day of Elds. I learned a little bit of Flask though. That was fun.
Huh?
Which is like,
that's cool.
Flask is just it's a Python package that like helps you set up servers. I've always wanted to use it. Like a lot of companies use it. I know LinkedIn is built on Flask, and so is Pinterest and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. Other than that, it's been a failure up until now. Now we're having a good time.
That's right. Great time.
The L might be continuing. We'll see.
So it's been like a couple of weeks. Tell me.
Yeah.
Any Elds, any funnies, any ha-has?
Well,
Other than, you know, or actually are we going to talk about the big topics like how Boeing killed the engineer?
Yeah, let's start with the light topic like that.
Let's start
one.
with that
No,
one.
no.
Yeah, that's where we should.
So what do you know? We have an inside man, right?
We do have an inside man. It's true. Yeah,
That you totally didn't say their name.
No,
definitely.
No, never said their name ever.
Never leaked.
Who would do such a thing? It's so fucked up.
Yeah. So
No.
how'd they do it?
No, so tell me.
So I do have a little bit of a news story. Right,
Hmm.
it's a little bit unconventional, right? It's not usually the kind of story that we discuss, but it is deeply important to many people, right? It's baseball, and hot dogs.
Glizzy.
I thought the other baseball story that you were
Glizzies.
talking about, the Shohei Ohtani gambling thing.
No.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Continue.
So,
I have a conspiracy theory.
the Phillies, they're a baseball team,
Okay,
right? As you can probably guess, Philadelphia, right?
the state.
The state, yes, notoriously true. It's the state of Philadelphia. Yes. For 27 years, they have a tradition that started in 1997, right?
Okay,
Damn,
So it's
right
old
when you're
Zion.
born.
It's after I was born, actually.
Oh.
but
That's when I was
that's all
born.
right.
Fuck
Okay.
you.
Oh, get
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah, get wrecked, Hassan. You're old. They have a tradition, and it's like a promotion night, right? And it's dollar dog night.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Where you can get a fucking hot dog for
$1.
$1, right? And like that's every fan in attendance. You can go up and you can get, a hot dog for $1, right? So they've had this tradition for 27 years. It's good for the family, good for memories. Like you get in your
Everybody gets a glizzy.
That's right. Everybody gets a glizzy. Like
Glizzed up.
you get that nice cheap meat, right? You're happy, right? Well,
That's what you call me.
until April 11th,
Oh no.
2023, a tragic event occurs. A food fight erupts in the Phillies stadium.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Was it still worth $1 at the time?
Yes, it
You-
is.
you
It's a
have to
dollar.
be. I'm
So
gonna
it's,
be-
it's a
I'm
dollar
actually-
dog night.
$1 per ammo.
I'm actually gonna be so mad.
Yeah. So it's nice. $1 hot dog night, right? It's April 11th, 2023, right? And there are wonderful wieners flying through the air all
Hell yeah.
throughout the stadium.
Nice.
And it's causing commotion. It's a dangerous situation. People are trying to get away and everything. And it's just, desperately unfortunate,
Are
right?
you kidding me? How does
So this causes the
You said it's
Phillies-
a dangerous situation. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
it is. There are wieners flying
There's-
everywhere.
there's just
you would
so
not
many
categorize that
Glizzies.
as a dangerous situation.
What if you have like an open mouth and it just immediately?
Exactly.
Or it takes your eye out. Imagine telling that to somebody.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Imagine needing
That's
to
so
learn
sad.
something about yourself by a flying glizzy.
That's good actually. That's
Anyway.
good for them.
Anyway, so the Phillies management, they see this and they're like, obviously, like the behavior of the fans has caused this to spiral out of control. And they make the decision to no longer do dollar
That's
dog
bullshit.
nights, which, yes, I think it is 100%.
How often
would-
do they do this anyway?
So I tried looking into it. I think it was at least once a season, but I think it was as many times as like three times a season or something.
Was
like
it a
that.
Philly fan that did it? That
I
started
don't
it?
I don't know exactly what started it, right? But there are videos on YouTube of just dogs flying. They are all over the place. They're like, yeah, it's a lot. So, Phillies management, they're like, okay, we're done with this. And instead what they're doing is they're scheduling for this season 2 buy one get one free dog nights.
Does it equate to like
Which-
the same amount?
Oh, absolutely not.
That's
No
bullshit.
way.
How
No
long-
way.
How much is one?
So I don't know exactly, but stadium dogs, I can imagine it goes from
Yeah.
like fucking like $7 to like $20 or
Yeah,
something.
it's bullshit.
I mean,
insane.
last time I was in Dodgers Stadium, that was terrible. It was a terrible time. It was an interesting time, but the food was terrible and was so expensive.
Yeah, even I think I went to the Dodger Stadium when I was really young, and even then I was like, dude, what?
Yeah,
For like a
yeah.
slice of pizza or something.
But no, they should bring it back,
So-
100%.
so
If I
first
was
of
a
all-
fan, I would start bringing food in and then doing food fights all the
Food-
time until
Food
they bring
fights
it back.
all the time. That's a great idea.
that's
That's a
that's
fantastic
the
idea.
most fucking chaotic. you like frame one found like the most chaotic.
Yeah,
possible.
take them
yeah.
hostage. Fuck
That's
'em.
right.
The
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
You're just gonna have a wanted sign outside of the stadium. Do not hand this man a glizzy. He will throw it.
So I had 2 questions. For the first one, I think I got both of your reactions really well though. Like, what's your knee-jerk reaction to the Phillies management taking away dollar dog?
I would
nights?
start a coalition of people who would food fight every time there should be a $1 glizzy day.
I think
Give
I
me
agree.
back my glizzy. Give me back my meat.
That's right.
That's my
That's
meat.
right.
I'm an American.
It's
I
true.
want
You're
my meat
right.
back.
It's you're
It's
right.
my meat and I want it now.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess my knee-jerk reaction is that this pisses me the fuck off, obviously. I'm being very reasonable about it. I'm incredibly mad. But like, I don't
I don't even
really
live
know.
in Philly, and I'm mad.
yeah. Exactly.
Like I was like, oh man, this is gonna be like the class, because like the Philadelphia Eagles and shit, like I feel like their fans are the absolute worst. Like sorry,
Phillies
no, because like
fans.
if they lose, it's a bad time, right? But if they
yeah.
win, it's an
It's
even worse
also
time. Like
The
no,
state of Philadelphia is in
it's
shambles.
absolutely insane. They have to like booby trap their like telephone poles so people don't climb them. Yeah.
I love it.
That's fucking bullshit.
I love it. I love the
No,
energy.
you have to arrange people all living in one area, and yet you're like, oh yeah, let's give them a sports stadium. That'll be good.
In Philadelphia, you have this insane sports fence, and then the Amish. Do they show up? Do they like? Do they
Yeah.
roll up with the
They're
heavy
there,
artillery?
They're there the next morning. To
I
clean
think
up the
that's
streets.
that's yet
Samaritans
another
out there.
comorbidity. I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, what's your second question?
My second question is, what are some ways that you guys think that Phillies fans can do to earn their dollar dog nights back?
Okay. So I think my suggestion of starting a brigade of food fighters is the like militant solution that you do at the very end.
Sure, yeah.
No,
When all
that's the
else
most
fails.
reasonable one.
Yeah. Actually, I take it back. I'm back on his side. I'll be the commander of the front. I'll be the vanguard. I'll throw the first glizzy at the coach.
All right.
No, I think what you would do is don't show up on those days anymore. I would just boycott them.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, obviously, like, buy one, get one free dog, right? It's a better deal than buying 2 dogs, right? So the night, you know, as far as, like, concessions go, is going to probably pop off still, right?
Yeah.
But it does not have the same pull as
No.
dollar dog night, right? Like, that's...
I
Yeah,
feel like
you-
an easy solution that they could go for that like is relatively inexpensive is they could just like plant some social media folks and like new TikTok trend. Guys, here I am today doing the Philly Glizzy challenge, and then you just
Oh.
fucking try to gobble as many as you can in like a minute.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Would you-
Oh,
would
yeah.
you-
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
that's
So,
true.
Like,
when I
here's the
was
thing:
reading-
when was the dollar day? You would have like you would go with your $20. You could get like 5 glizzies for your son, 5 glizzies for your daughter, 5 glizzies for yourself, 5 glizzies for the wife.
That's right.
You know, you could all have double fisted glizzies.
That's right.
You can go at it while you watch your ball game. Now, if you have buy one get one free, you have $20. It's just you and your wife.
Yeah.
It's just like any other orgy.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, continue.
Anyway, so when I was reading up on this, there apparently was like at least one fan that was like the last dollar dog day. They were trying to figure out how many dogs they could eat, right? So they were
That's
using
so
this
sick.
opportunity to like, you know, go get them and stuff like that. I can't remember the name of the you know, writer of the article, but yeah,
You can do like the reverse, like the one of those insane challenges of like my form of protest is I will just objectively not stop glizzling. Sorry, I will not stop gobbling glizzies until they bring it back.
That's
I will
right.
just sit here and one by one kneel in front of the stadium and just until they bring
guzzle-
it back.
just
You
guzzle
will
hold
the
the
sit
glizz.
here.
American flag
That's right.
over you.
Yeah, you're here just to guzzle
You're
glizz.
crying,
That's right.
American
Just
anthem
going for it.
blaring.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that would be the most Philly person ever.
I think that would be the most Philly person
Yeah.
ever.
That's so sick. So the reason why I was like, hold on,
Yeah, yeah.
is
What is
because
this
you
other
bring
baseball
up.
thing?
Have you heard of this? Happened, I think today. It was released today.
Oh.
The Shohei
Oh.
Ohtani, I think his name is, for the
Yeah.
Dodgers. So his interpreter, supposedly his interpreter,
Oh, he does speak English?
he doesn't speak English. He's Japanese.
Oh. Yeah, I know he's
Oh.
Japanese.
Yeah, yeah. He
I
doesn't.
know,
He's
totally
from
fine.
Japan. Like he's
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Japan.
but I thought he spoke some English.
I think it's not good enough that he doesn't need an interpreter. So he has an interpreter, and his interpreter, by the state of California, is currently being persecuted for
shit.
gambling debt. How much do you guys think he has in gambling debt? Give me a number.
I love learning these numbers.
Okay,
Come on, I
my
don't wanna-
my goal is
I
just
love
to just get like correct order of magnitude.
Yeah, that's fine.
So can I get like a hint for like how much Shohei Ohtani makes?
Shohei Ohtani or the interpreter?
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani, I think his like deal was multiple millions of dollars. Like it's an insane. I think it's
Is
like
it
hundreds.
like hundreds of millions?
I think so.
Okay, I think that his interpreter makes nowhere near that, but because he probably has some like jank access to his bank account and shit, I would guess on the order of like hundreds of millions.
Okay.
I was gonna guess like $1 million.
So
Ain't
it
no
was
way.
not hundreds of millions. It is 4 million.
Oh, okay.
He has 4 million in gambling debt.
That's so much.
And
That's insane.
supposedly, so now this is where the conspiracy starts and things get weird, which is why people are all talking about it. If it was just that, and also it's in the state of California, because in California you're not allowed to gamble on sports. Mind you, he'd never gambled on baseball. It was on like soccer and European soccer.
Wait,
and
what? I get
all
sports
of these
gambling
things.
ads all the time.
Yeah.
You get them. I know for a fact California it's illegal because this is why he's getting destroyed right now.
I see.
It might be through
Maybe those like fantasy things.
fantasy doesn't count
Well,
because
but-
fantasy is a skill thing.
Yeah, but like I mean, okay, first
Yeah.
second of all, I think like you can definitely do like some like I don't know. I've definitely gotten ads here in California about
That's
that shit.
strange. I just know at least like one of my friends, I'm not going to name their name, drives across the border, does his gambling, and then drives over.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like some sort of like, oh, it's just a skill game loophole that like
definitely
for those ones. Anyway, go ahead.
But basically, so this guy, so he has $4 million in sports betting debt, and California is going after him because you're not allowed to do that here. What happened next is the fact that it looks like Shohei is a little bit in trouble because he paid off his interpreter's gambling debt.
Like before, or like he paid off this 4 mil.
He paid off this 4 mil supposedly.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, it looks like maybe the way that his contract was written, it looks like his interpreter had access to deferred funds from Shohei's account. So, and a lot of people are like, that usually you do if you have a gambling addiction. So you like defer your funds away to someone else.
Oh.
So it might look like something happened. People are saying that the interpreter is his friend. Like he's his friend for a long time already. So people are thinking that he like threw himself on the sword for his best friend here because he probably like part of that debt is probably his, but part of it is also potentially Shohei's. And it looks like maybe he also did something like that. So there's a whole investigation in right now
like
to
match
make sure.
fixing, basically.
No, because they never bet on baseball.
Oh, okay.
But it was on other sports, and regardless, it's bad form to do this.
Yeah.
And then there's other reports of people saying that the interpreter is a better, and then his teammates were saying, "Oh, that don't matter." So that means like potentially other LA Dodgers are involved, and it's like a huge investigation right now.
Whew.
But that's what I thought you were talking about. That this interpreter situation.
No, much sillier.
Let me tell you what, Dodger dogs ain't gonna be $1, so.
The fuck no, they ain't.
That's LA
can't get
meat.
meat that cheap in
That's
LA.
LA meat. You can't. We're a step above.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a big problem, and we will see what happens. But
Yeah.
the big conspiracy is that it is Shohei's debt that he paid off through his interpreter. He's now in trouble, and he kind of made it obvious by paying it off, and then his interpreter is falling on his own sword so that he can keep his friend safe and in the league.
Dang.
But yeah, it's really bad.
That's tough shit.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is like the gambling industry is kind of terrifying.
Yeah,
have you
I've
seen the Australian one?
I haven't seen the Australian one, but I also know a lot of people, like indirectly in real life, where like they have serious gambling problems, and like it's not like completely ruined their life, but like it's made it so that like I feel like it's like impossible for them to have like mobility and like social mobility. I mean, it's tough because like you know, I think I grew up in like a relatively privileged household where like in the sense of like my parents like kind of knew how to like save money and stuff like that, but like you know, people that work with my dad, I think plenty of them would like every time they had like some amount of savings just straight to Vegas. Yeah. And it's like every single time they just come back empty-handed and just like we just go again next time.
Yeah, so as a fellow degenerate, I'm not that bad. I have rules on how I'm allowed to bet. I mean, one of our colleagues and I talked about this during the retreat.
Yeah.
But I have definitely seen people who take it way too far. Some of my family members are the same way, where it's really bad. Like they get any lump sum and it just disappears immediately.
I hate gambling so much, but I have made money in Vegas.
That's the big. You see, you're still digging. You're actually just hit your goal.
No,
your diamonds.
No, dude, literally
99% of gamblers stop before they
don't listen.
Literally put that shit away. Put it away.
I derive like literally zero joy from gambling in any way, shape, or form.
Well, the problem is
the
like
games aren't that interesting to me.
No.
The process isn't that. Well, I've got nothing. I'm like,
well, the thing is like the thing that drives me for like if it needs to be like if I had to just become like a gambler or something, the only angle I could see this happening is like basically it's not that I like any like the thrill of winning. I just hate the absolute abysmal feeling of like losing money in this type of situation where like, oh my god, I feel like absolutely ashamed. But when I made money in Vegas, I made $10 net. Woo. So Get fucked, Vegas. Yeah, I only gambled for 2 hours.
You stole so much. You got all the money.
Dude,
out
I
of their
fucking
pockets.
got them.
Hell yeah,
That's
brother.
right, yeah.
I got them.
Call up the MIT team. MIT Blackjack.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
No, there's this video from Friendly Jordies, I believe. He's like this Australian YouTuber. If you've ever seen the video regarding his gambling thing, it's kind of terrifying. He kind of goes through, not kind of, he does. He goes through how a lot of these very big gambling organizations are linked to the Australian government and how they're able to stay in business effectively by paying off a lot of these politicians. And as a result, the gambling industry, who are criminals in Australia, burned down his house.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, they tried to assassinate his ass, but he was out filming in like a different country at the time, and they just like hit his house when it was empty, luckily.
Should have got the Boeing guys.
Those guys will pinpoint your location, car,
Sorry.
don't matter.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a pit in the stomach real quick.
But basically, again, they burned down his house and everything, and then he continued to expose them. Basically,
Holy
he
shit.
still does it. He's kind
Does
of
he still live there?
in Australia.
Yeah, Australia.
Yeah, he does.
Dude,
He's scary. He's
That's
he's
fucking-
crazy.
dude, that's
He's
terrifying.
awesome. He's a comedian and everything. But yeah, you should look at the video if you haven't.
dude.
Okay.
I would just move countries at least, minimum at least.
Yeah, go to New Zealand. It's the same thing but better. Fuck you, Australia. I'm kidding. I love Australia. I have so many Australian friends. Okay, what about you? How's your last 2 weeks been?
It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. The only story I wanted to bring up was like, oh my gosh, I don't like. Basically, it's more a story in the form of a question, which is in the sense of like, last weekend I went to the beach. It was a good time, but like, I was just thinking about like how insane it is that like, I mean like I feel like I'm not the greatest with time. I'm pretty bad with time, but some people are just like, dude, how? Like I don't get it. Like we start the day. And like the rough plan, there's like no time set in stone. It's like, oh, we'll go to the beach in the morning and play volleyball. Morning Saturday rolls around, just like nothing. And then someone pipes up. They're like, yeah, I can make it like, and I'm like, cool, when? 3 p.m. I'm like,
That's not morning.
okay. That's very astute of you, Hassan. Yeah.
That's not morning.
It's in fact not morning. Okay. I'm like, okay, it's not morning. I guess I'll like figure out what
I
the
got a
fuck
gold
to do
star
with
from
myself.
teacher.
I guess I'll figure out what to do with myself for like 6 fucking hours before we like play the game. Cool. And then I just like fuck around, and then like 3 p.m. rolls around, like it gets close to like, oh, actually 3:30. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's just. I mean, like I was already planning to be kind of sort of late on my own end, just to like out of spite. And then we drive to the beach. We land at 3:30. And like obviously no one else is there. I'm like,
No
okay.
shot,
And like, okay, well it's like 3:30, 3:40ish. It's like it couldn't be that bad. First person shows up at like 4:10. Like, dude, how the fuck? That's actually insane. And people are still trickling in. Like 5 p.m. like another person shows up. Like, Jesus, I would just like have not come if I were you. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So my question is basically like, I guess like what is the worst type of experience you've had with like like scheduling to meet with someone, and then like the worst possible thing? It doesn't have to be timing necessarily, but like I don't know.
Oh. Do you have one?
I guess I have one that like is probably in like most recent memory the most like stressful. It's probably not like the overall worst, but I was I made like a reservation at Din Tai Fung, right? And like
Yeah,
I've
that
heard
place
that
is
DTF
crazy.
for short, for sure.
Huh?
DTF for short.
Yeah, DT. Yeah. Anyway, it's unlocked again. God damn, like
I
the
think
third
they
time
had
today.
$1 glizzies in a
$1
place.
Yeah,
Glizzies.
$1 F section.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I made a reservation, and I've heard in the past that they're kind of like strict, like they need your whole party to be there.
It's a
to see
very
it, right.
So, were you at the one local?
Yeah.
So the local one, just for context, is probably the biggest one in this area, and it's the most well-known one. So everybody tries to go there because
It's so
the views are
bougie.
sick. It's like a cool place. Everything is nice. And if you try to go there without a reservation, it's a 2-hour wait minimum.
Yeah,
Anyway, that's set the scene for why it's very very intentional.
that's right. Yeah. So, and I know that like walk-in seating, like it's just not gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
So I've scheduled this. I've like made a reservation. My dad is in town. He's gonna come and meet us for lunch, right? And he invites my stepbrother as well, and like he's been known to be late before to other like dining events. We went to Peking Duck before, and he was an hour plus late on that one as well.
I remember this story.
But I get some people have like time management problems. It's not that bad. But like this one, right? It's like, if this person's not here, our whole party is not here, we're not going to get seated.
They don't seat you,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm like kind of like losing it a little bit, right? Because I'm like, I like made this reservation.
I can like
no
visualize
shot.
your eyebrow like twitching.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
it is my best imitation of Asmongold. Probably doesn't get us even close to what is going
I
on with
thought
the
your
eyebrows,
main
so.
imitation is when you put the blood teeth.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
On the
my
walls.
my definitely.
No, he only does that if someone gets on a store mount.
That's right. Yeah, and then I take a picture of the blood
And then
I
he
send it to that
slams the
person.
wall.
Yes.
And that's
No, but
when
you don't
all
want
the
to hit it
termites
too
come
hard
out,
because
right?
you're gonna shake all the McDonald's like cups on the side.
That's
So
right. You
gotta-
scare too many of the roaches. Right?
What about
You don't
all
wanna
the
do that.
termites?
Dude.
That's how you show his boss, no?
Dude, this guy's like a millionaire, right? I'm
He's-
just like trying to like. I'm trying to.
Oh,
piece
yeah.
these
He's not only
two-
is he a millionaire. I think last time. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
but there's
no,
like I think he said it himself. He's like a multi-millionaire, like approaching like
10 mil?
tens to 20s.
That's crazy,
and
man.
he owns like this whole company, and he lives in.
squalor.
Yeah.
my guy doesn't even play World of Warcraft anymore.
No, I mean,
I don't even know what he
Like,
does anymore.
he's a pro complainer. So
Yeah, pro complaint.
yeah,
So he's a WoW player.
yeah, that's correct.
Anyway,
Well, yeah.
yes, continue.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm at Din Tai Fung, and I'm like just losing it.
What
right?
minute
I'm-
are we at?
Huh?
What minute are we at?
We are, like,
wait time wise.
T minus like 4 minutes before reservation, right? So like
Okay,
already I'm like, dude, like there's no way this is happening, right? And we get back into the line to like talk to the hostess, right? Because there's a couple people in front of us. It'll take some time before they get there, right? And like it's getting closer. It's like 30 seconds, right? Just not in sight, right? I'm just like, this is just not going to go well, right? We are finally next in line to be like at the talk to the hostess, be like, okay, like we're here and stuff, and we're absolutely not here, right? And I just go up there and I'm like, hey, like we have a reservation for like this time, and they're like, oh, okay, come with us.
Good.
Right?
Oh
They don't even
my
look. They don't even
God.
look at the party size. And in my head, I'm like, we're gonna get seated, and then they're gonna kill us. They're gonna kick us out. It's just
Dinner
like
is served.
They're like,
dinner
this
is
is how we
served,
always
and
have
you're on
French.
the menu.
That's how we always have fresh meat.
Yeah.
It's all the people who broke the rules.
But yeah, so like my head's just going crazy. I'm just like, dude, this guy's not gonna show up, and I like
Patrick
feel bad.
lies for the first time. He sits down and his heart's just fucking racing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
had my
One
fourth big monster of the day.
one order of the sumai.
No,
I like the
don't
soup
count the
dumplings,
number
actually.
of seats. Don't. No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, don't
okay.
worry
I
about
swear.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so like it's like 20 minutes after the reservation time, right? Guy just walks in the door, right?
That's
I'm
so
just like, like.
So I actually
you
have a
were,
fun
like, so
story.
close comparatively to last time, but like, fuck.
He's doing better. He's doing better.
He's doing better. Yes.
I have a funny
Yes,
story
yes.
on Din Tai Fung because I had done something similar. My friends from Riverside were in town. Not from Riverside. What am I talking about? This was a different. I was there with my friends from Riverside, but it wasn't my Riverside friends. It was a different set of friends. It was ones from like Germany, international ones. They were in town, and I had invited some of my friends from Riverside to come because they were there and like they were in the area anyways. And they're like, yeah, we'll make it. And I set up the whole thing. I'm like, okay, this is the reservation number of people, and then we show up, and then one of these friends sends me a message saying, "Oh, I can't make it anymore." And this was as
That's a
like
party foul.
it was like as it was getting close to the situation, and I have all these foreigners with me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna like fuck this up. So I walk up, I look at the line of lost souls, and I'm like, you two, do you want to hang out with us? And I just picked two random people.
That's so awesome.
And they're like, yeah, sure. And I go up to the hostess. I was like, I'm so sorry. I had like an extra person that needed to be added. Like, is that all fine? She's like, yeah, we can add one person. No worries. And then we went in with two complete strangers.
That is the best way to salvage that situation. Like, bar none.
Holy shit.
Like, that is awesome.
I had to think fast.
Dude,
Yeah.
I would have never come up with that.
Yeah.
I'm like fully stun locked by like, by how clever that was. Sick,
Yeah.
dude. Nice.
Oh, that's very creative. That's great.
And you did a good thing too. on
Yeah.
top of that. Fucking nice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked for the saddest, most lost souls. I'm like, it was a guy and his girlfriend. I'm like,
Yeah.
these two
So
look like.
when did it come out that they were on Epstein's list, though?
Ooh. That's a different podcast. That's,
I
that's for the
see, I
Patreon.
see,
What are you
I
talking about? Oh, but yeah, let me think. So one that's like late. This wasn't late. This was just a guy canceling. But I do have a story from Thanksgiving where I always cook. I have like a Friendsgiving, I guess, with everybody, and one of my friends supplies the house, and then they supply me the turkey because I'll do all the turkey and then all like a side dish and everything. And everybody comes with like a dish, like everybody makes something, so it's also kind of like a potluck. And one of my friends, we're just gonna call him T here. T kind of sets the schedule for everything. He's like, "This is when we eat food," and it's always been the exact same. If you're not here by like, I think it's 6. We eat at 6. It doesn't like that's what happens. And I don't know what it is, but like there is something in like a set of my friends from that friends group who they know it's 6 o'clock every year. It's been like this for 4 years. And I will cook my turkey to be done at 6 because that's how we do it. Like maybe I'm off by 5 minutes or whatever, but it's fine. We have everything on the table and we start eating, and then they'll come through the door like an hour or 2 late, and they're like, "Oh, the food's cold now." And I was like, "Why are you here at 8? Like, this is your fucking fault." And it makes me angry every time. Or like one of my friends, I shit you not, worst sleep schedule known to mankind. Same Friendsgiving. We're like, where is he? He like RSVP'd. He said he's coming. Everything is done. Like, we have plates from everything. Like, where is he? We're kind of worried because he's not answering his texts. He's not answering his phone call. Nothing. He calls us back. I think at this point we were heavily drunk. We were drinking. We were hanging out. And he calls us. I don't think I was drinking because I was driving back in the day. But my friends were all drunk and they were just drinking. And we were having like a good time. But he calls me. And it's 1 a.m. And he said, "I just woke up." The guy went to bed at 8 a.m. And he woke up at 1 a.m.
Brother slept through Thanksgiving.
Like, what the fuck? And I was like, you know that
He's thankful
today
for
is
the
the
bed.
Friendsgiving. Like, what are you doing
Thankful
waking
for
up
the
at
rest.
1 a.m.? Anyways,
That's
Dude,
wild.
what the fuck?
yeah, it was crazy.
This guy probably has worse sleep schedule than streamers. What the hell?
He works for a company where he's salaried and they literally don't give a crap when you put your hours in. So he was playing some MMO and he was on the Korean servers with a bunch of his Korean friends, and then he literally flipped his sleep schedule and he became nocturnal, and he would go to work at night and then like come home and then play video games up until 8 a.m., which is when the Korean servers were active, and then he'd go to sleep. It's kind of fucking intense.
Yeah.
It's
to say
really
the least.
intense, right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's wild.
I think I feel like at that point, like, I really wish that people would just like cancel. Honestly, I like earlier,
Yeah.
just off rip, just say like, "Oh, I probably can't make that," rather than like just like I feel like I just get dragged along the whole way, and it's like a whole emotional roller coaster. In
Yeah.
like combo that into just getting let down, and it's just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's not cool. I hate that shit. I usually tell people like the worst time ever late is probably by 15 minutes. That's the max that I'll ever be late by, and that's because something happened. But I try to either get there a little bit early or just past time, if anything. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, overall, let me think. My weeks have been interesting. You know the story of burning my house down almost.
No.
No. I wanted to have okay. My father made this Turkish bread.
Sounds sick.
It's good. It tastes really good, but it was frozen solid. And he hands this bread to me. And I know in my heart of hearts what he said is terrible bullshit, horseshit. Don't listen to this man. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Great bread. Terrible, terrible advice. He hands me the bread
Love
and he
you, Dad.
says, put this in your microwave for 12 minutes. That's how you de-thaw it. And that's how you make sure it's nice and warm and ready to go. I'm like, 12 minutes is a long time. But I trusted him. I trusted my father to the T.
You gotta be kidding me.
I promise you. So I come home. I was like, I'm hungry. I take the bread. I eat it into the microwave. I put 12. I press go. And then I hang out with my dog.
I cannot believe that you're telling
And
this
then
story right now.
I'm telling you the story. It's the fucking truth. It's the truth.
I can't.
I then
can't
call,
accept that the words that you're saying are
I
factually
call
accurate.
my partner, and we're on the phone, and I'm petting my dog and doing these things, and it's going, it's doing its thing.
Yeah.
And I look up, and I see, and I shit you not, what I see is from my kitchen. So my kitchen, so you can imagine, there's an opening, there's a wall, and there's another wall, and there's a cubby, and that's where the microwave is. So the smoke has now bellowed out of the microwave. It's doing a turn, and it's coming out like it's just like a wall of white that has yet to invade my living space. And I'm just staring at it. I was like, oh, this is going to be a really bad time. So I immediately say, I have to call you back. I've set a piece of bread on fire. And I then turn off the phone. No context. Turn off the phone. And then I look at my dog. I'm like, okay, order of operations. Take dog, safe spot. Turn off fire alarm because this is not a real situation.
Oh yes, a fire
And
definitely
then,
doesn't
and
need
then
the
take
fire
care of
alarm.
everything. Oh, sorry. Turn off the microwave. So I sprint, first things first, into the kitchen. I get immediately assaulted by this terrible, eye-stinging smoke that's making me cough. I open the microwave. So the microwave is like a fucking comedy. So it's like a standard microwave with a button that like opens up in the bottom corner. It's the only spot that I guess the smoke could get out. So from this button, it's just bellowing smoke. It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
That's not where I think what?
And
How does that make any sense?
I don't know. I saw it. I laughed. I literally chuckled in the cloud. I'm like, that's hilarious. And I smashed the button open, and then more smoke. And I grab tongs. I pull out the piece of bread, throw it in the sink, and turn on the water, just in case it's on fire. I then run out. I grab my dog. I put her in my closet area. I close the door so that the smoke can't get in there, and then I turn off the fire alarm. But in the same time, like there's just, I wish I could explain how bad the smoke was. I couldn't see probably 5 feet in front of me. There was so much smoke. So I rip open all the windows. I turn on my box fan, and then I grab a towel and I just start wafting it up and down to clear my house of this blight that is the smoke from a piece of bread that was on fire for likely 5 minutes, potentially. Who knows? A long time.
I can't understand what made you press 1, 2.
I trusted my father.
On the microwave.
Blind trust.
But you made that decision to press 1, 2, go, right? Like you.
I hear what you're saying.
You, as an adult human, you were like, yes, this piece of bread definitely needs 1, 2 minutes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to
My
clear
dad
that
said
up.
so.
Yeah, that's fair.
So there,
That's true.
but so I clear the smoke. I take my dog. I was like, it's like good enough that I can leave the house. So I take her. I go for like a long walk. I come back. Most of the smoke is gone, but my apartment reeks like smoke.
Yeah.
It took, I shit you not, 2 to 3 weeks. It's been like 2 weeks more ish.
Does it still smell like smoke?
No, it's finally gotten to the point where it doesn't smell that bad anymore.
That's good.
Now, silver linings. Also, here's the picture of the bread. Anyway,
I can't see shit.
I keep thinking, well, what's it gonna look like when he forgets to edit the thing?
It's gonna look awesome.
but yeah. So I silver linings. Smoke is cleared. The next day, I'm in my kitchen. I was like, whoa. Oh. Side story. Before this just to link it together. This is the same day that I cleared out my wardrobe. I went through my wardrobe. I took everything out. I threw some clothes away. I put everything back in. So I had like a nice clean wardrobe because it was getting really messy in there. So the next day, after this after the smoke incident, also landlord, this is a fake story. This is a complete hypothetical. After the smoke attack, where I gassed myself a little bit, I go into my apartment. All of a sudden has moths, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? That's a lot of moths. Like one first, and I killed it, and then two. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Killed two. Then like 2-3 days pass, and it's like 5 every day. Like that's a lot of fucking moths. I'm like, did I have that many in my closet? That's crazy. And I didn't know this at the time, but there's such a thing as pantry moths. Apparently, they're pretty common in California, and they can come with anything that is like shelf stable. They can infect warehouses, and then you have it with you. You put on your like pantry. And most of the time, 9 times out of 10, they remain in egg form until it gets warm enough that they hatch. And even then, they usually just stay within the container. And if you open up the container, you'll see a bunch of moths and you throw it away. That's standard operations. Not when you smoke your entire apartment out, though, because you now have smoked them out of their fucking holes. And they are everywhere because they got out. And I didn't know this, so it's been like 5 days. And I guess also the heat that day was pretty high, so they hatched, and everything like was perfect for these guys to exist and then leave the hellscape that is their brood, because it was horrifying when I finally found it. But at first I thought this was just a closet thing, so I went through my closet again, couldn't find shit. Then so Zelda has these treats that I like giving her. They're very hard chicken. Mm-hmm. And I put my hand in.
Oh yeah.
And like 5 of them appear.
Oh yeah.
And I open up the bag, and I shit you not, Will, I love bugs. You guys know this. I took a picture of a caterpillar. I was disgusted. I was like, that is horrifying. That's not something a human eye should have seen. And also, me putting my hand into their orgy pit released a bunch that were having sex. So they're like attached to each other and they're flittering around.
Nice.
And I'm like fucking killing all of them. I then close it and I throw away the bag. And then underneath the bag, there was a bunch of cocoons. They were everywhere. They had like I had like this little wooden shelf next to my kitchen table. That entire thing, like on the undersides and all the black spots, dark spots, they were just cocooned up. Wow. It was gross.
So yeah, maybe you should have let the bread hit 12 minutes.
Yeah, it helped. Who knows what would have happened? It could have. The microwave could have exploded. I would have made a new element. But yeah.
Well, yeah, but like more importantly, you would have
killed
the moths.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
So I threw this away. I was grossed out. I cleaned everything. I threw them all away. And now, thankfully, I think I've mostly cleared the moth problem. There are maybe, I think I've gotten 2 over the last like 4 days, but they're not mating anymore. And I have these little moth traps, and they're all empty except for one guy is in there. But it got really problematic. It was kind of intense.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
It was sick. It was a story. It was a thing that I have to experience.
So how are you actually supposed to dethaw the fucking bread?
So I then...
Do you just not eat bread anymore?
No, I just took the bread.
This is why it's so hard for him to hit his macros.
I can't hit my macros. I always burn my bread in the microwave.
Makes you think about the
I
moths.
just took it and I threw it in the oven this time. I'm like, I'm not pulling no risks.
That makes sense.
I didn't want to try. I was too scared. In other news, I was also I don't want to say hate crime because it's too hard of a word, but I was definitely crimed against.
Yeah.
So you know how there was a Dr. Pepper in the lab?
I'm familiar with this Dr. Pepper, yes.
Yeah. You saw the picture. I am a Coke drinker.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper, dirty water to me. Disgusting. 0 out of 10.
Disagree here, but that's all right. I understand.
But so you know how all the vending machines around here. Vending machines.
Vending
machines. They you know how so you know how there's
so done with us.
No, tell your story.
so you know how there's a row of Coke and then a row of Sprite?
Yeah,
They usually come in
some
like
of them,
clusters. Yeah, they come in clusters.
Yeah, mostly the Coke products stick together, except for the waters, which are all the way at the top.
Yeah, but that's whatever. Water's fake. Anyways.
Definitely never seen it.
No. I only drink alcohol, beer. Those are different things. But anyway, so they have
You just sounded so cool to all the 12-year-olds. Right now.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't drink yet. You're too young. So alcohol. Oh my god. So you got like
even water.
You got the Coke row, the Sprite row, and then so on. Those motherfucker. I always press E, and then I click on the first one that I can see. And that's usually E2 because I'm tall and I don't have it. Like I can't see shit.
Okay,
also, picture here for reference because you're not gonna see it. You'll see it later.
You're gonna take a photo of the vending machine?
I did, but it's on.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You saw the photo.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
But I thought you. Okay, wait. You were gonna take a photo of the keypad or no?
Oh, I didn't take a photo of the keypad. Sorry, I should for more reference.
No, don't.
No.
I was not saying. Okay.
Okay. But anyway. So I press E2, and then all of a sudden the horror hits me as the arm goes. Nah. I'm like, that's a different kind of fucking red, because somebody did Coke, Dr. Pepper. Coke, Sprite.
No. This is unacceptable. Okay,
It's
this
so
is
unacceptable.
Okay,
It's so
all right.
insane to do that.
Okay.
And I'm like, there's no shot. Who would fucking do that? That pissed me off. I was so mad.
Okay,
I so badly want to be with you right now, but also I am trying so hard to just say, Hassan, stop being a fucking baby.
No, I'm not being a baby. It's legitimate.
It's incredibly hard. I realize I obviously just said it.
So this is that's actually basically what I was going to say, just in different terms. I was going to say, like, I think that the organization of the vending machine was really bad, and I feel for you. But like, look at the thing you're gonna buy before you buy it, brother.
No.
Dude, I mean, I think maybe keypads are your demons. First it was 1, 2, now it is E2. Just don't hit 2, my guy. I think you'll be fine.
This is a crime against all Coke drinkers.
That's right. Yes, exclusively Coke drinkers.
Yes, that's why I said it's one step below a hate crime. Obviously,
You know what would be probably the full version of the hate crime in this situation, right? A singular Dr. Pepper in one Coke row, right? Just randomly placed.
That's true. That's true.
Expecting Coke fans
That's a
to
landmine,
read
actually.
is just too hard.
Yeah. That's a landmine. And that's against the Geneva Convention. Like, you can't fucking do that.
Oh my god.
Oh man, but yeah, no, those vending machines have stolen my money.
It's just such whiplash because I know you're obviously joking, but also like the sort of dissonance between this and also you being like harsh at other people's like reactions to inconveniences. This is just so funny to me. Holy shit!
I can't remember. Were either of you around? So one of our coworkers, they like to drink diet Coke, right? That's like kind of their go-to. And one time we were getting a drink from the vending machine together, right? And they go and they like punch in Diet Coke, right? The arm goes, it gets the Diet Coke. It like seats kind of weird in the thing, right? And we're both like, that's kind of weird how it's sitting. It comes up, it tries to get vended, it gets stuck in the machine, pinched, the can explodes. All over the inside of the machine. It's like,
wow.
And we're both just like, oh wow, this is really violent.
Should have played around it.
That's the craziest vending machine interaction I've ever had. It's like just watching the Diet Coke just.
God, the poor guy that probably needed to
They
clean
had
that.
to clean
Yeah.
that out. Oh.
That sucks ass.
Yeah.
I know the guys who stack who fill them up because they're always here when I'm playing with Zelda in the back.
Yeah.
They're
They get in really early. Yeah.
yeah, but that also means that he's seen my face when he put the fucking Dr. Peppers
Oh yeah.
in the Coke slot.
He should have known.
He did it on purpose.
Those bastards.
You know he did it on purpose, just to you.
They you know, I think I said this before, but I'm not sure if I have actually. Have I talked about like people trying to pet Zelda in public all the fucking time?
I think you've like mentioned it to me before.
It's
but
kind of annoying. Like I understand she looks cute, but also she's not your dog. Don't just pet random people. This is a PSA to people because this is a thing.
Just ask. It's not that
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, I've got just ask, and also
yeah.
she's very clearly still a shepherd, and putting your hand in front of a jaw that is this goddamn big is really dumb, I feel. And like, I don't know. People keep trying to pet her. It's very strange to me. And there was a guy 2 days ago that kind of annoyed me. I was playing with her in the field, and there's walkways all around. And there's no reason to do this. He walks, then like all of a sudden does a 90-degree turn and walks directly between myself and my dog. And we're
That's a
maybe
mistake.
10 feet away from each other.
And then
Yeah.
frame one.
No, he doesn't. But like, he just marches through and then is surprised when she gets reactive towards him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did you walk between me and my dog? As I had her in like a full sit, like full pay attention to me, ignore this guy who's walking up to us, and then just breaks the eye contact between my
Yeah.
dog and myself. I was like, come on, dude. You're asking for it. Like, that was so goddamn stupid. But I don't know. I've had like, ever since I've had her, there's so many people who just randomly do shit where like I'm in elevators and people want to pet her. I'm like, don't just randomly go for a dog in an elevator. That's even worse. You're like in a closed space.
Yeah.
I don't know. People interacting with dogs is so strange. But on the Zelda topic, she just that day that I stayed home, right, or partially stayed home, I gave her food and she just she puked everywhere. I called my vet and I was like, what happened? And they're like, oh, did you give her something different? I was like, no, she just acted a little weird today. And then I don't know what. She's like, okay, well, keep observing her. Tell me if she eats anything else. And then she started eating rice and chicken. And then I noticed, apparently the vet said, oh yeah, sometimes they just get bored of their food and they'll throw it up.
That's awesome. Dude, yes.
Or like,
It wasn't hard enough.
because
being a
what I did
dog.
was, what I sometimes do is if I leave kibble out overnight, because she doesn't eat dinner all the time, I'll take that kibble from overnight and put it on the snuffle mat while I prepare her breakfast, so she can eat that if she wants, because it's like exciting. It's on the snuffle mat. And apparently they're like, yeah, if they don't like stale kibble, they'll just throw it up.
That's awesome.
That's like the most cat shit ever.
Yeah,
because I know
she's-
cats do that.
She's so incredibly spoiled. I love that dog, but she's so goddamn spoiled. It's awesome. If you give her food that she doesn't like, she's like, she just won't eat it. I'm like, excuse you, ma'am. Go back there and eat the food. But yeah.
Oh god, that makes me think about my cat. I mean, he's still kind of a baby boy, so he'll just eat whatever. But he's gonna hit the day where he's like, yeah, no, I've had this.
Goddamn.
Speaking of cats, also, I had to go cat sit for my friend recently.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the weirdest thing because like it's just back to the planning conversation kind of sort of again, which is like, you know, they asked me like last week if I could like go cat sit for them. They live like somewhere like in like Pasadena. It's like kind of a drive, right? And so like I was like, oh, okay, like I could try to do Monday, but I have to go really late. They're like, oh yeah, that's okay. I'm like, okay, just give me the deeds and like I'll just get into your house and do the thing. And then Monday morning rolls around. They're still like out of town, and I'm like, okay, so like, you know, how do I get into your house? Like, what are the details? And they're like, oh, like you don't actually have to come anymore, cause like I told you that, like I asked my mom to do it for me. I'm like, okay. I'm like scrolling through the receipts, like none of it is there. I'm just like, okay, I don't remember saying that, but whatever. But me and my partner, we already were like really raring to go because like they live in a place where they have like a lot of good Chinese food, and I'm like, oh fuck, this will be such a
You
good
get
like
free
lineup.
free opportunity to get Chinese food.
Exactly,
Go get it.
exactly. So we're like, you know what, like, screw it. Independent of this entire plan, we're just gonna go anyway and like go get some good food, and then like we leave around like 8ish, and the traffic is like still bad. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then we get there, and like everything's closed because it's like, oh, it's like 8:30, 9ish. Of course, everything's closed. So I take them to this really good breakfast burrito place instead. It's a good time. It's called Lucky Boys.
Yeah.
If you guys are
I'll check it
like
out.
near there anytime, or I can just take you guys there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so much fucking food. Anyway, no, for reference, like we got a small side of onion rings, and I shit you not, it's like a quarter of like the volume of like this guy over here. That's like a small.
That's crazy.
It's bullshit. Anyway, so we're eating, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like getting so sleepy, and like as I'm finishing, I get my phone rings, and I'm like, oh, what's that? Oh, you need me to like go? Oh, because your mom canceled on you last second? Like, dude, you like better thank your fucking stars that we decided to come out here. Because like, as your friend, I'm still gonna come out. Like, even if I was in LA, I would come out and like do the thing for your cats. But like, holy moly, this would have been such a worse time if I wasn't out here already.
You know, speaking of getting sleepy, I've been accused of getting sleepy during group meetings.
No one's accused.
It's not accused. It's the truth. So let me explain a little of the problem. If I cannot exist in a when people are lecturing. That's why I was really bad in like. That's why I learned from textbooks. You see this? You give me a textbook, you give me all the notes. I'll go through it. I don't care. But you ask me to sit into a lecture, it's snooze city for me. It's real bad. I can't do it. So that's why I love Journal Club. I love all of you guys. You're doing so great. I start falling asleep during Journal Club because I get really kind of bored. Because it's not the fact that like the topic is boring or the speaker is doing a bad job. For me, unironically, it is my ADHD brain just snaps in, and it's just like, okay, I missed one point here, I missed one point there, I can't rewind. There's no point. I'll just look this up later. We'll deal with it later. Right now, go do something useful. That's what happens to me every single time. And even when I'm studying or working, I'll like work really, really, really hard for maybe 20 to 30 minutes. And then my brain is like, I need to take a second, and then I'll do something else. I'll scroll Twitter, or I'll do something completely different. And then I come back. But if I am asked to focus for like a full hour onto something that that's like not entertaining or not something that I deeply care about, then my brain just disappears. So this is the problem with group meeting, where I love group meeting. I love hearing what everybody's talking about. But it starts to feel like a lecture to me at some point, where I have nothing to add. I'm just sitting here to collect information that does not attribute to anything that I'm working on immediately, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I just go. Woo.
No, I think I'm with you on that last part. Like, I mean, I don't know if this is a hot take at all, but personally, I think group meeting is like kind of incredibly time inefficient for everyone that isn't the PI. Because like, everyone else has to sit there and like listen to the specifics of your project. I get the intent that like it's important to know like what other people on like in your group are doing and stuff like that to keep up to date. But it's like very rarely that you'll have, or they will have like useful input for like each other. And if you were to do that, you'd probably do that outside the context of your group meeting. So like, really, this is for the PI to be able to access you all in like a convenient time for them, right? And I don't know, like I feel like it wouldn't be that awkward for us to like file into the room, one group / project, one after the other, do our thing.
So yeah, I think that's very true, and I think also where mind kind of goes to is, in a weird way, I go on my phone or like I'll do something or I'll look something up that's related to my experiment while this is going on because I know I have no input, but I'm still very much listening to all the content, and you'll hear me like peek up halfway through, like, oh, this is like what I can add to that. But most of the time, I'm on my phone doing something for our experiment, or just I need a full mental reset because I cannot talk science for that long without getting incredibly, just my brain just fogs up really bad, and then I will start dozing off. That's the other problem. It's just comfy in here, and like it's nice and warm, and I'll just start dozing off.
I'll be honest. I like have never noticed you do that.
I've gotten really good at it.
It's probably yeah. It's probably like really good and stuff like that. But I feel like it is.
You're good.
Okay. I feel like it's pretty. Like some people are like so much braver about like just dozing off because like I think back when I was in like the bigger group meetings with like all the groups. Oh my gosh, one specific person is just so egregious. Like how comfortable he is with just like dozing off. He's just like full spreading it. Like,
that's so...
in this room, I was just like, dude. Like, I mean, I'm like almost like sad of like how sleepless you seem right now. Like you really need it, but like spreading out right here is it can't be right.
It's intense. Yeah. So what I'll do is I will brazenly go on my phone, and I learned this from an older grad student, because whenever I noticed that anybody was talking about a project that they couldn't help add to or was not related to there, they would whip out their fucking phone and they would go on it. And I was like, that's so sick.
Blame it on the elders.
Yeah,
a classic.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm going to, and you know, just like I was blaming my dad for the 12, I blame them for me hitting up my phone because my brain physically can't do it. I am too ADHD for
Welcome to From the Basement. It's never Hassan's fault.
It's never Hassan's. I've never done anything wrong in my life ever.
That's right. Yep.
Never broke a fiber.
There's time.
We get there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's these allegations are true, and I fall asleep. I'll be honest. This is what happens to me when I'm falling asleep, when I'm dozing off. I notice that I start like getting really tired, and I will flick my eyes. Like I'll start scanning like crazy to try and stay awake.
Oh yeah.
And then when I notice it's too late, I know that I get an adrenaline shock of the sheer shame of having fallen asleep. So I let it happen. I fall into it, and then and I wake up, and that adrenaline hits me like a truck, and I'm like, I'm good for maybe 15 minutes, and I can get through.
No. You should. I mean, I've been victim of this before. I think when I was in like second year of undergrad, it was really bad, and then I fixed it. But like me, and also like a lot of people who sit near the front in like undergrad lecture halls. Oh my god, I don't know what to call it. I feel like it's almost like Sisyphean, like observing it from the back. Basically, they're writing, and they're getting tired and like dozing off. And then when they're dozing, they go, whoa! And then they're like dozing, and it's so funny to watch every time. But also like being in that purgatory of that like sleepless, but also definitely not getting any like information inwards. It sucks ass. Cause like after class is done, I'm like, oh, my energy's all back. What the fuck? How?
Yeah. And also, to be fair, I have Obsidian on my phone. I just take notes on there. Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know. I kind of like hearing what everybody's up to. You know, like I can't say that I have good input for everybody, right? Like I don't know everybody's project very intimately, right? But it is nice to keep up to date. I do feel like every now and then, like we'll get into kind of like the weeds on one of the projects, and like there's just like a lot that goes on and a lot that's discussed, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can even process what's going on right now. Like
that's me so much of the time.
And mind you, I don't give a shit if people are on their phone when I'm presenting. This is something that I've learned a lot. I don't care. Do what you want. But for me, it's a combination of like, I have my notes app on my phone. I am very good at multitasking. It's one of the only ways that I can keep focused in situations like this. And I genuinely, I don't think my brain is wired for very long form lectures. which is why in university I never attend a lecture. I never, like, at all. I would go in, I would take some notes. I would notice I can't do it. I would just buy the textbook and then go through the textbook and then do the homework in classes. And usually that got me through everything. But I don't know.
I mean, whatever works for you, right?
My brain is
Yeah,
very,
exactly.
very badly wired for that. But yeah. Have you ever dozed off in a really bad place? I actually have a very fun doze
Yeah.
off story.
Oh, 100%. I've dozed
I-
off in a terrible
I
place.
can't sleep anywhere but my bed. Like I can't.
You
sleep
haven't been
anywhere.
like so tired outside of your bed that like this just happened.
I've been really tired outside of the bed, but it's like it's
Dude.
just like for whatever reason it's just impossible to like actually go to sleep.
I like mostly agree. It's just that like in undergrad, I would just like be so extremely tired all the time that like at one time, at one point my strategy was like, okay, I've had like basically no sleep. I'm walking into my 8 a.m. lecture. I'm like, okay, I really need this. Like the midterms like coming up next week, so I'm like, okay, through the sheer like shame of falling asleep in class, I will instill awakeness by sitting in like the front 2 rows. Surely nothing bad will, and then like immediately instantly just knocked out. Yeah, no, it's bad. Jeez.
The very funny one. It didn't happen to me. It happened to one of our colleagues. I don't remember if you remember this. It was really funny. It was during one of the group meetings. Guy puts his feet up on one of these chairs, does a full lean back, and is watching the presentation and falls asleep. And
Dude.
Brother, where was I?
I'll mute this at this point. This was before your time.
Oh.
This is when I was a first year.
That's
Was
crazy.
this was the
This was in the small room over there.
I
Like,
see,
by
but
the-
it was
Knutson.
it wasn't a journal club though, was it?
It was Journal Club.
Oh, it was a journal club.
It was
okay.
journal club.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and then what one of our other colleagues did was he went up to the ear
And you just
and
clapped?
just went.
Dude. Did you wake up clapping? That would have been so funny.
It was so good. And then Craig had to, oh, it was a good talk. And then,
That's rough. That's rough, man.
Dude, poor guy.
No,
I admire people that are able to like actually go to sleep elsewhere. Like
I can sleep anywhere.
Dude, I mean, but like, I feel like some of this is a thing. This is like the sit in the front row, like of lecture type of guy is like the variance on that type of person is like insane because I've been in lectures where like, I've been like some of my friends sat in the back of like multivariable and all they would do is like not pay attention and just like play against each other in Pokemon Showdown the entire time.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
okay, that's like one type of guy.
That-
The guy,
that's the
there's
meat
another
guy.
there's another guy that's like they sit in the very front row. I shit you not, I'm like in row 3-4 and this is like in my awake era, right? And I'm just like trying to pay attention and like the guy has like one, like I don't understand. First of all is like you go to lecture and you have like headphones on, which is like okay.
yeah.
And then like that just defeats the purpose. Just do this at home.
Yeah.
But then like, he's got the one headphone on, so he's like, okay, it's like kind of respectful,
still,
maybe.
like, cool from
No,
high
the
school.
guy's watching anime.
That's
and, like,
so sick, bro.
like,
Actually, take it back.
it's like not
That's
even
so cool.
low
He's
brightness.
cool. He's cool.
It's not even low brightness. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, it's like Haikyuu episode 3. Super cool, man. Anyway, it's like,
Holy.
it's absolutely crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
This also reminds me of another story of the same kind of thing, but I think we were getting pranked and I fully missed out on it. Like I remember the prank was so funny to other people I was sitting next to. Their faces were just like red laughing and I like could not understand what the hell was going on. So basically like we are in our quantum 2 class in undergrad and we're going over something like incredibly like I don't know, like not that useful, like scattering or something. And then like sorry, no shade to scattering or anything.
The most useful part.
No. Me? No. Scattering amplitudes, guys, you're so useful.
I love how I
Anyway.
said scattering today, and all of the visitors just they gave me the blank
Yeah,
stare,
they
except for the
all
one
just-
person
Yeah,
who's
no,
familiar.
Their eyes just went.
Yeah. Anyway, so like we're going over some sort of scattering or something, and then I noticed that like at the start of the lecture, these two guys come in, and like I've been in the same class with like my the people in Quantum 1 and Quantum 2 this whole time, and I've seen familiar faces. I've never seen these two guys before. I'm like, okay, that's kind of odd. They like sit in the front row, and then immediately frame one they're like are on their laptops. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just like paying attention to the board, and then like the guys next to me just start laughing at like the 30-minute mark, and they just like can't fucking pay attention. They're like giggling and shit. I'm like, okay, I'll like, I don't get what the hell's going on. And then I'm just like finishing up lecture and stuff like that. And then afterwards they're like, dude, did you see it? I'm like, dude, no, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, the guy's in the front, the guy on his laptop like pulled out fucking Pornhub on
Dude, no.
and he was, I don't know I don't remember what the exact detail was, but he was like pulling up some weird shit. And I think like my friend thinks that this is like some sort of social experiment where like they're like waiting for people to call them out or something, or they're just trying to be pranksters or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask this question because I went to school, not in this country, but I went to school with like kids of some very powerful people. But I can imagine kids of not powerful people doing this regardless because it's fucking crazy. But there was a guy who used to just beat it in class.
No, he fucking wouldn't.
Please no.
Dude, no shot.
I'm not sure. This was in like high school.
Dude, no shot.
No.
How? Why?
Because he was like the kid of a really, really powerful guy. And he knew no one could do anything to him. And he would like just send you photos over Snapchat of his, of his fucking cock. It was really bad. Like while he's in class.
What school did you go to, my guy?
This is in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant. Like I was not in America.
I see.
Like this was a kid of like basically royalty.
Dude.
It was crazy. Was there a beater in your class?
No. I think the worst it ever got was just like people playing the penis game. Right.
In class?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Scrolling back. What is the penis game?
You've never heard of the penis
no
game?
Shot.
No.
Okay. So the penis game
Penis.
is a penis. So
Penis.
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 This is the penis game?
Yeah.
Penis.
I hate everything. Okay.
So yeah, the penis.
I guess I won. Easy.
Yes, you win. So the penis game essentially is somebody says penis in a relatively low tone of voice, right? And the objective is to figure out who can say penis the loudest without getting just absolutely clapped by your teacher.
Okay, that's funny though. That's actually funny. That's funny. This is harassment. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes, that's right. So yeah, that's the penis game, and it gets just better the older the teacher is.
Yeah.
The game is just more fun the older the teacher is.
Like,
so.
here's the thing. I would always say, at least from my experience, this is not true for other people's experiences in my country, in school, because it's variable, but growing up at least, I didn't experience much bullying because of just how the families kind of operated. Usually you're in school with, cousins or something, and you can't really keep bullying under wraps because your parents would find out because somebody knows somebody. But as a result, the like kids of very, very powerful people were ruthless to teachers.
Oh,
it was insane.
They had to like get their bullying energy out or something.
Yeah, it was insane.
I can't stand that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like at the very baseline, like I can't stand people who don't respect teachers. God, that's like one of my worst pet
It's
peeves.
so cringe. Like even at the time, I'm like formative memories, and like some of my friends who are also kids of very powerful guys are like, it was just cringe. It was so weird. Like they would do anything from like yell at the teacher, like argue back.
That's crazy.
Like do crazy shit. And then we had a supervisor who they were all scared of because he had like the phone numbers of all the kids, parents and stuff. And then they would get in trouble. But regardless, like it was crazy. They were like super ruthless to teachers. So were people ruthless to teachers in your schools and stuff, or like was it? It's like it was widespread bad in Dubai.
Yeah, it wasn't ever like widespread. There was one teacher that got like absolutely zero respect from from the students,
Mhm.
and I don't exactly know why. Honestly, like he was a cool guy. He like used to work at NASA and shit, and he's just like an elementary school teacher basically. But like all of the kids just like absolutely dogged on this dude like all the time, and it was like kind of hard to.
It's like hard to watch.
Yeah,
right?
that makes
like,
me so
really
sad.
shitty.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was crazy.
He would open class every day with like showing us the astronomy picture of the day,
That's fun.
right on
That's
the
so
website
cute.
and everything, and he would like have done reading on whatever the picture was and like explain even more than just the text on the page to us and stuff. It was like really cool, and just like dickhead 7th graders are just like
Penis.
the penis. So yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was a lot. Yeah.
I'm imagining going into the flashback and like every time Patrick is the one to start the penis game while he's
never,
going on.
never. I actually was like extra square. I whenever it would kind of start, I would
if
like
it were
look-
someone else,
I
I
would
would,
look
think they're
back.
bullshitting. But you're so like I like frame one believe you. Yeah.
yeah. I would they would like start it, and I would be like, guys, please don't do this. Please stop.
Every time there's a flashback in the background, there's just penis. What was that? That's crazy.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah, we're at like 120, so we want to just.
yeah,
Maybe we should just go.
yeah. I feel like we should go. Unironically, there's a weird noise outside, and we should probably head
Sounds
out.
like some sort of alarm.
Yeah, it sounds like there's.
It does sound like.
It sounds like an alarm.
Awesome.
Anyway,
We should
what a
go
way
check
to
on
end.
our basement.
What a way to yeah, we actually really should. So we have things to check on. It's time. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
I've been Hassan.
Bye.
Back to the basement.
Back to the basement.
Bye-bye.